What are 10 tips that nobody really talks about before moving to San Diego? Find out next here on Jaycation. Hey, what's up Jaycationers? Welcome back to another video here in the San Diego series. I'm here to give you guys 10 tips that nobody really talks about before moving to San Diego. Now, North Park is a really popular spot that people love to check out when moving to San Diego. Lots of bars, lots of restaurants, and a little older feel. Number 10 is a pretty simple one. Don't leave valuables in your car. If you're living in a community like North Park, you're probably gonna end up having to park on the street and not inside in the garage or just somewhere where your car can't be accessed by the public. And if there's something in your trunk that you deem valuable, just make sure you take it out and bring it into the house. It's not that hard. I've heard so many occurrences from locals around San Diego and people that have moved here about their cars getting broken into. So just make sure that you're safe. I mean, San Diego, you just never know. You leave your car unlocked for a few minutes, next thing you know, your camera's missing or something else is missing. So just make sure you're locking up. Number 9 is it's not always lively here in San Diego. We're currently going through a pandemic right now, so it's definitely not lively. A lot of people are still going to the beach, social distancing, doing more hikes, so it's more lively around the beach area right now. But during normal times, post-pandemic, it's not always going to be really busy at like the gas lamp quarters. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even some weekends, it's not that busy. But when you get to holiday weekends like Memorial Day, Labor Day, and just 4th of July or Comic-Con, of course it's going to be bustling. But don't be surprised on off-peak tourist times here in San Diego that places like the gas lamp and PB are not lively. So don't think that San Diego is always going to be the heart of the party. All right guys, so I'm going to take a break for the next 2 things that nobody talks about before moving to San Diego, and I'm going to bring in a friend. He is a realtor here in San Diego. His name is Danny Quesada. You might have seen him in a couple of Jaycation videos in the past, and he's gonna give you the next 2 tips.
Hey Jaycationers, this is Danny Quesada, your San Diego realtor. If you want some real estate San Diego content, check out my info in the description below. Next on the list, we're gonna talk about how to socialize through physical activity. I joined a jiu-jitsu gym and I absolutely loved it. I created really good friendships out of that. So what I recommend is join whatever you're interested, whatever physical activity. It could be a running club, it could be basketball, soccer, whatever, cycling, a private gym where you lift weights, whatever it is, this will really help expand the people that you get to know here in San Diego. So next on our list is familiarizing yourself with trash and recycle days. This is especially important if you own a home and live in it. You need to know when they're gonna come around because you don't want it stocked up on the side of your house. If you're in an apartment setting, you probably have a local trash can, a community trash can, in which you can pile it all up, but guess what? It's gonna get full and then your house is gonna be cluttered with it.
Thanks for those 2 tips, Danny. Shout out to Danny Quesada. Go check out his YouTube channel. He just started it up. He's got a lot of great San Diego content to come, so I'll have that linked in the description box below. And now the number 6 thing that nobody really talks about before moving to San Diego is deciding if you want to drive everywhere or if you want to be in walking distance to all of the stores, bars, and restaurants around San Diego. Now, if you're in a place like North Park or Golden Hill or even in downtown San Diego, you'll obviously be walking a lot. Make sure you figure out what you want to do. If you're living in the North County like I am, you have to commute everywhere, and San Diego is pretty vast. San Diego County is pretty vast. For me, I feel like everything in San Diego is so spread out that you're gonna have to drive anyways, so it really shouldn't matter. But if you're a person that really does not want to get in your car and commute and you just want to live your life in a certain area, certain community, I would say just figure that all out before you leave, because you want to know what your surroundings are, where you're living. Now, the number 5 tip is consider buying a bike or even an e-scooter or even an electric longboard like I use, especially if you're living in a place like North Park, so you can get around a lot easier. Now, bird scooters, the prices of renting those bird scooters can rack up every single time you use it, so I definitely don't recommend using bird scooters, but sometimes you have no choice. So if you have an e-scooter or an electric skateboard that you can just pick up with you and bring into the restaurant, or even a bike that you can lock up somewhere, I would definitely recommend that, especially if you're in areas like North Park, University Heights, or around the beach. It'll get you around a lot faster than just walking. Really consider getting that form of transportation so that you can get around San Diego a lot easier. Just to give you a sense of how much I spent on my skateboard, it was about 600 bucks 5 years ago, and I can get it for around 300 nowadays. For an electric longboard to get you around your neighborhood and around locally, I definitely recommend it. I mean, I even have my electric skateboard in my trunk now, so I could get on it if I pleased. And you've seen all my videos. I get on the beach with my electric skateboard, and it's a fun time, and it's really easy to just pick up and bring around. Next up on the list is figure out where your local grocery store is. Now, I know a lot of people have different preferences, but there's places like Vons, which I consider my favorite grocery store, but you can also go to places like Target, Walmart, which also have grocery sections in their bigger stores. If you're more of a Henry's person or a Sprouts or even a Whole Foods, figure out how far these grocery stores are from you so you're not surprised on how far they are when you move to your new place. For me, I always go to Vons. I love the Vons Deli and their chicken artichoke sandwich. So Vons is my spot, and it's only about 2 miles from my house. So within 5 minutes, I get over there, load everything in my trunk, and take it home. You're probably most likely gonna drive, but if you're living in an urban area, a city area, especially like North Park, there is a Vons off of 30th Street, and there is also a city Target. Those are things that you need to scout before you move to your new home here in San Diego. Now moving on to number 3, make an effort to conserve energy and water. Now, California has been battling a drought for the longest time. It doesn't rain as much as we want it here, so there is a lot of dry climate. We just need to conserve water, especially during the summer months. So just make an effort to conserve water, maybe water your plants later at night, quicker showers, but just make sure you're making an effort to do that. And then in the summer, especially with all the wildfires that come in the fall, when things start drying up, you want to conserve energy because it does get hot here in September, October, even parts of November it gets hot. Make sure you're conserving energy. A way that you can do that is maybe do your laundry later in the night, like around 9 o'clock at night when there's less power usage going on around the city and your area. Also, you want to make sure when you're leaving your house that all these unused lights and everything else is turned off, just so you know you can rack up a pretty expensive energy bill here in San Diego. So just make sure you're conserving energy and conserving water. I'm sure that's a tip that applies to everywhere else in the United States, but especially here in San Diego because of the wildfires and sometimes when it gets hot. It's something we need to do more of. All right, Jaycationers, so we are now on to number 2. And the number 2 tip is study the traffic around your neighborhood and study the traffic around your workplace, and maybe even go around on those routes from your home to your workplace in the hours that you will be traveling, so you get a little feel of how the traffic patterns are before you move to San Diego. Because I don't want you to move into a place and then it takes you like an hour just to get to work because the on-ramp takes 20 minutes just to get onto. So make sure that you're studying that first, study all the shortcuts, get in your car and drive, and scout it out for like a week before you come here and really make a life for yourself in San Diego, because you don't want to be sitting in traffic. Also, to talk about grocery stores, maybe you want to also scout out where grocery stores are around your workplace, so maybe you can stop by there after work and then come home, and that would help you save some time. All right, Jaycationers, we are now about to reveal the number 1 tip that no one talks about before moving to San Diego. So please hit that like button. It really helps the distribution of this video throughout YouTube. So the number 1 tip that nobody really talks about is just relax and enjoy the San Diego weather and enjoy the neighborhood that you're in. You know, don't get too caught up in the hustle and bustle. As you can see on my channel, there are a lot of little micro areas around San Diego that you might just drive by and never even recognize. Now, if you stop and smell the roses and just go on nice little walks, like right now, I'm at Morley Park. I've never really been to Morley Park. I always just drive around it or drive by it. Just stop and smell the roses and relax. San Diego is known for people wearing their flip-flops around town, wearing their gym gear. It's not really a big suit and tie place unless you're working at an accounting firm or some lawyer firm over in downtown. It's really casual. Everybody's gonna be in flip-flops. Everyone's rocking their shades all the time. Relax and enjoy the casualness of Southern California. Now, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please give it a like. It really helps distribute this video throughout YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to Jaycation yet, I have plenty of San Diego content to come. Not only these tips and travel guides, but other food vlogs and just a lot of great info around San Diego. Also, check out my Patreon if you want to support me throughout my 2021 journey. I have a lot of great exclusive content on there as well. All right, Jaycationers, that will do it here from Morley Field in North Park. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again. I love all of y'alls. And in the words of Ron Burgundy, stay traveling, San Diego.